Hi, this is Finance and Investing Just Joey style. Let's talk about some charts. We got some interesting stuff coming up. And yeah, I don't turn heat on in my apartment until November. So it's a little chilly in here, but I've been like that my whole life. It's good. Don't judge me. All right, I'm going to go through a list of some stuff. I'm not really worried about Apple. Affirm, though, I like it. Funny story about Affirm, freaking cheese. Probably 5 years ago. I'll have to actually look and see. I saw a firm at like $8. I was out at Walmart with a buddy, or I was out at Walmart getting groceries, and I saw on the Walmart checkout that you could pay with a firm to buy your groceries. I can't remember. It might have been around here, or it was around here. One of the two. Yeah, somewhere in that $8-10 range. Anyhow, and I'm looking at this, and I texted, and I was like, a firm. I was like, maybe we should look into that company. I said, it's like $8. Says that you can buy it at Walmart. Never did. Never bought it. And look, would have been an absolutely phenomenal time to buy that company because it's done incredible things since. They're all 90 freaking dollars. Anyhow, it's sitting at 75. Let's look at the chart. Had that big sell off back in April, obviously. Good time to buy it under the 200. She bounced right off the 200. That's a lot of strength. MACD's under the 0 line, which isn't great, but we've had a big cool off on the RSI in the last 2 months. Came from overbought right down to 50, pretty much. We're sitting right where we need to be. Now, this chart doesn't have a ton of strength, but this MACD curl is very nice. It's got a nice weekly trend on it too, I believe. Let's just check it out real quick. Yeah, RSI is trending upward again on the MACD or on the RSI week on the weekly. Daily looks good. The daily looks really good, especially off that bounce. Riding up the Bollinger Band. Looks like 5 just crossed the 13. That's a good signal. We came above this resistance around. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it did not. We did not close above that, but we got some resistance right here. We get above that resistance, though. We could see, this is my box. This is my range where I'm going to take some profit somewhere between $80 and $90. 92 anyhow. But yeah, we get above that, start closing above that. We're coming back into this range. So you see this around $85. You might want to think about taking some profits between 85 and 90, depending upon what the technicals do. So Affirm is a buy. AMD, geez, I called it back at 75 in April. Now it's 250. Yeah, insane. Amazon. AMD, I don't think it's a buy right now. It's a little hot, but I don't think it's coming down. Amazon. Ooh, Amazon's looking real good. Look at this massive bounce off the freaking 200. Ba-boom. The 5 has crossed over the 13 right here. We have a trend change to the upside. RSI is not overheated by any means. Wow, I really like this chart on Amazon. I think Amazon could come back to all-time highs up here at 237. That's the target. In the medium term, though, we're looking at 232. Yeah, somewhere around there, 233. We'll get back there for sure. Chart looks good. Chart looks real good. And we got to close above the 50. Might have some sideways. Bollinger Bands are opening up. Yeah. Amazon's a buy. I don't love APLD right now. It's a little high, but the chart doesn't look bad. It came from overbought on the RSI, but we have a recent trend turn down. Not a ton of strength. Big move on the MACD. There's a lot of strength in this company right now, and the MACD is showing that, but I would like to see this curl again. But I don't hate it. But if we cross that 5 and actually, if we stay above the 13 and the 5, it looks good. I don't think it's a buy, but it's a hold for now if you've got it. BM&R to me is a buy, especially fundamentally, not just technically. Technically, probably still come down. It's actually broken out of a wedge pattern that I have written here since its IPO. Started to break down. As you can see, right here was a nice cross under the 5 and 13, and we went from 55, well, all the way down to 46, but we're holding at 50 right now. So that's a very important signal. Bollinger Bands usually bounce off of them pretty hard and come down. MACD, I don't like it. The trend is still not changed by any means. The MACD band is tightening a little bit, but it's still spread by 0.93. Here we are spread by 1.5. So this thing can get spread on the way down. 167 looked like it was the farthest spread. So we're still spread not ridiculously far, actually. I don't love it yet. RSI is in a good place. I like this company long term. Anything under $50 a share is a buy for the long term. If you can buy in this in the $40 to $45 range, it's a buy. In the short term, I'd like to see this trend change a little bit, but we're going to check Ethereum real quick. Because BM&R is Ethereum, 100%. Ethereum's chart looks phenomenal. We took a bounce off the 50 on that really bad day back at the beginning of October. Got some very decent support here, 3,800, and the lows pretty much down here at 37, 36.50. We'll call it 37. I like that. We're about to cross on the 5 and 13, and we're coming up to the 50-day moving average on the daily chart, and we had a nice crossover on the trend. Holy crap. Ethereum is definitely a buy. 100%. Crossover. We haven't fully confirmed this crossover here yet, but we're right there. That thing crosses over, it's an absolute frickin' buy. This thing's going to move. This thing looks like it's primed and ready to frickin' move, and we're probably coming back close to all-time highs. Depending on government shutdown and sentiment, if things happen, we could blow through all-time highs. But she's looking good. She's looking good for now. So with that being said, I think BM&R is a buy because of Ethereum. ETH, if Ethereum is a buy, then ETH is 100% a buy because it's a spot ETH. This chart doesn't look as good as the Ethereum chart. It's still showing, it's still lagging a little bit, but Ethereum looks like it's primed and ready to run. So I would, I'd actually like to talk to my trading guy to see if I should ignore that sign and wait for this trend to change or just go for it because Ethereum looks like it's ready to run. That sounds good to me. Granny is an amazing ETF. Absolutely amazing. It's ran by Tom Lee's Fund Strat. Yeah. Technicals won't look bad. Bollinger Band's high, though. But we could be primed for a breakout. It's got strength. It's a good long-term hold. Hood's dang near always a buy. It's a great company. Buy shares of it, hold it for a long period of time. Actually, Hood chart looks decent. Here we are. Looks like MACD trend change. RSI cooled off. It's getting close. We're getting a little bit of a curl here. What's the FAR? Yeah, they were spread 2.5. Now they're spread 1.5. It's coming together. It's starting to curl up. Histogram looks good. We'll see. I'd like to see that confirm. But yeah, Hood's probably coming back up to 150. MNP looks good. MNP looks really good at the 50. The chart doesn't look great. The RSI is starting to curl when we came out of overbought. From this big of a company, it was $100 a share and comes screaming down to freaking 68. Actually, 65 almost. Yeah, the trend change hasn't been shown yet. We don't have a curl yet, but we found support at the 50. We're either going to break down here or we're going to continue. Now, I would definitely like to see a confirmation on the trend and the 13 being above that, or the 5 crossing the 13 again, going above. But we're not going to drop too much farther from here. And if we do, we're probably going to drop 61, 62. But M&P looks like it's a decent nibble. And then we get back above here. Oh, yeah, we're going back into the 90s. So let it play out a little bit, or I'm okay selling $65 puts on this thing. Weekly. MSTR looks like a pile of garbage right now. And we have something very interesting. This, also very, very concerning. That is the 50-day crossing under the 200-day. That is a death cross. That is not a good thing, ever, for a stock usually. Now, this could be a fake out because we've had a horrible run down in the month. We had a nice run up to 450 plus. Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually, I'm a little earlier. This was back in June, the 450 run. Yeah. Now it's come down. Look, the trend never changed until right here. And it only changed for a brief second. Oh, I'm sorry. Right there. It only changed for a week. Came back down. Very wonky. RSI, though, bouncing off a little resistance on the RSI. Trend is curling a little bit. MACD's spread at 2. It was spread as far as 4. Over 5 on the way up there. I don't know. I think this is going to be a fake out. It's possible, but this is a very concerning thing to see on the daily chart. Also, another concerning thing on MSTR right now is that we have a cross under on the MACD trend on the monthly time frame. That's not good long term. Weekly time frame looks like absolute garbage. We're below the 50-day moving average. We could bounce in this area. If we don't hold this area, we're coming back into the 230s. Or, I'm sorry. Actually, if we don't hold this, we don't bounce above 300 and hold above that and get above that 50-day moving average back at 320, we're coming down the 230s. Maybe 240, somewhere in that area. Could come back down to the 200-day moving average. So prepare yourself for potential 200 incoming if things don't change quickly. But sentiment's starting to change. MSTR also reports earnings this week, I believe, Friday. I think they report on Friday or Thursday or Friday, some one of the two. And they're going to report very good earnings because Bitcoin closed above where it closed from the last quarter. So they're going to have about a $5 billion gain from their Bitcoin holdings. NVIDIA is, well, like the world's greatest company. So, and it's PE ratio, I think it's trailing PE ratio. Can't remember off the top of my head. Tom Lee says it all the time that its PE ratio is cheaper than Walmart. So it's a great company. You see any weakness on NVIDIA, buy it. Plus the trend's changing right now. 13 just crossed over the 5. We're probably going to have a little bit of a run here. Maybe back to all-time highs. Palantir, that dip was a nice buy. I don't want to go over everything. 13 crossed over the 5 crossed over the 13. Looks like we're about ready to cross on a trend change. Palantir looks good. Rigetti, I don't know it well enough. SoFi is primed and ready to frickin' run. Earnings are coming out. Yeah. I'll put a little trend line in here because price has been coming up and consolidating a little bit. It's been a little bit of a consolidation rate and going up. But the MACD has cooled off and curled. The RSI has cooled off and started to come back up. SoFi is looking good to me. I think we're going to crack all-time highs. We break above 30 and close. Look out. We're moving. I like SoundHound. I like SoundHound long-term. Very long-term, actually. SoundHound is a interesting play right now. I do not like the chart. RSI has come down. We did that quick touch of the 50 for a half a second at 1650. Chart curled under. It's got some strength on the RSI though. 31 right now. We're spread pretty far. So right now, SoundHound isn't showing me any strength. But I did like that this bounced off that 50. So yeah, 1650 puts on it. Right at the 200-day moving average, 1650 puts. Maybe as low as 15. Let's check it out real fast. Let's see what sound puts are. Shoot. I didn't see the text. All right, one sec. Not what I wanted to do. All right, next week. What did I say? 1650 puts. So what I'd do if you want to buy 100 shares of this stock, I'd sell puts at $16.50. You're gonna make $34 a contract or 34 cents per share. Doing that, that's a great price for SoundHound, a 23 delta for a week out, and the premiums are paying over 2% for a week. That's a solid freaking premium. Lots of contracts. Implied volatility is high, but I think we've got earnings coming up in the next 2 weeks. So be careful with earnings, but you can take advantage of the premium and a decent price on the stock where it bounced off that 50. So volume's good, open interest is good. Yeah, I like 1650s weekly on SoundHound. Good premium, good entry. If you want to go a little more aggressive, you can go 17s. But I also would wait to see what that trend's doing. So it's not currently a buy, but it also doesn't look horrid, but it doesn't look great either. Well, that's pretty much kind of what I'm looking at right now. We'll go SPY real fast. But yeah, I think MSTR is about to fake out and break. SPY, we're at all-time freaking high, and we just curled on the MACD. And a couple days ago, well, about a week ago, we curled. The 5 crossed the 13. Now we might have a little cool off coming, but I don't know. It looks pretty decent. I don't think we're ready to cool off. Actually, SPY's going to run a little bit. Monday's probably going to be a good day. All right. This is finance and investing, just Joey style, and that's what I'm looking at. Those are my buys. Those are my prices that I'm seeing. There's the technicals for you. All right. Let's go make some money.